Okay, so a few years ago they introduced catch and release regulations on rivers here like the Finn, and a lot of people would have traditionally fished with our shrimp flies and also in some quite small sizes, 12s and 14s. So the regulations that were introduced were for single hooks, and I've sort of struggled to find a single hook that I like the look of the fly on, but more so shrimp flies are generally tied on an Esmond Drury treble, and part of that's not necessarily for the hooking ability of it, it's more that it has 3 hooks and it has more weight, and it allows your fly to get down that wee bit quicker and not to skate, because our shrimp flies are quite bushy. So I've been trying to find a solution to that, and I think I've come up with one at the minute. We'll see how it goes. So these are sea crimps, and basically it's the same idea as adding like a US tube or something like that there with a tube fly, but these here are 8mm long. They're about 2.4mm or so wide, so they're maybe not the 3.2 or thicker that you'd get with your general tube. So I had to find a little plastic lining that went with this, and that's involved a bit of searching as well, but I've eventually come up with these, which are water balloons, but they come attached to this plastic tubing, which does very well as a liner. So what I'm going to do is flame the end of my tube and cool it down, and then set that up on my tube fly holder, and I want to put in a little butt on this. Now you could just tie the fly on it, line it, and have it as a free swinging hook if you want. What I'm going to do here is I've got it's a silver craft thread, for embroidery, and I'm just going to put on a little butt of that in silver. You could use glow bright flosses of whatever colours you want. That just fell off. Or gold in this, or pearl, or whatever. The idea is just to put on that little silver portion. Now I'm going to take a little bit of junction tubing here. I take this off. With my dubbing needle, I'm just going to glue that little butt that I created, and then slide a junction tubing just over that, set it up onto the tube holder. Right, now we'll put on one of our little sea crimps. I just take the super glue and coat the area where the crimp is going to sit. Slide it back down into that. And then take my super glue again and just let it wick in at the front of that too. And hopefully that will hold enough for us to tie our fly on. Right, generally I put a little bit of crystal hair into the tail of a shrimp fly, so I'll put a strand on and then pull it underneath or to the side, whichever you want. Cut the two of them off at the same length. Now for the tail on our shrimp flies, we're using a golden pheasant rump feather. This is just a generic sort of pattern that works for me, but you can tie whatever Irish shrimp style fly you want, and this is just a style of a fly to tie. So I double over a rump feather, get it tied on, and then I'm going to wrap it on. Now you're only going to get one turn of this because of the thickness of the crimp. So take it around, and I actually take it across so it's a wide open turn, it's not tight up to it. Wrap over that, then I'm going to wrap backwards and try and get a wrap on just to my fibres, and that should splay it a little bit for us and make it more secure than just one turn of feather. So given that we've such short space to work in, I'm going to dispense with our normal tinsel sort of bodies, and I'm going to dub them. And here I'm using a gold sort of light braid. Just want to create a little ball, basically. Put a couple of wraps. If you want, just to secure that, a little rump glue for about 2 centimeters on your thread. Wrap that over. I'm going to put on an orange badger hackle now. So take our feather, double it, remove the tip, separate out a few fibres, and tie that on, fold it back. Again, 1, maybe 2 turns of this. There's 1, 2, and tie it off. Our little dubbing ball has the advantage of splaying that hackle out a little bit for us as well. Now, front portion, I'm going to use a little bit of holographic silver, light braid dubbing, twist that on, and again make ourselves a little ball in the one spot. The front section you should probably make a little bit smaller than the rear section. Just to be able to fit that on. Now, on a small normal shrimp fly, I'd generally put the jungle cock on afterwards. I put on my hackle, but in this situation I'm going to put it on before, because it's quite difficult with the head. So I'm using small nails, and what I'm going to do, because if it was a hook fly I'd know exactly where it is, and I'd have the two of them sort of V'd on top, whereas this you're not really sure which way it's going to be whenever it's in the water. So what I'm doing is trying to tie them on totally on the sides. And I'm utilising the second little white patch to try and keep that nice and flat and flush on the side. And that's tied on. Put a little bit of glue on and go as far forward as the front of our tube. And trim off our jungle cock. The front hackle on this one I'm going to use a natural white badger or silver badger. Again, flip the feather and double it. Break it off, tie it on by its tip, and fold that back. Just turning our feather so that it's in the right direction for me. And again, 1 or 2 wraps of that. And I fold that back. Cut it off. Nice and neat. And that is our little tube fly tied. We just need to finish the head. As I said, we're trying to make the head as small as possible here. So just run a glue on our thread. Hold our hackles back out of place. Trim that off. Now we just cut that off, leaving a millimetre or so for tubing. Stuff out of the way, and flame that down to create a lip, nice and tight up to our head. And then we varnish our head. And it'll probably require several coats of varnish as they dry. Just a couple of fibres I don't like the look of there. But there you go. I'm going to call that a sea crimp shrimp. And basically it's just a style of shrimp to give us that little bit of weight in a small Irish shrimp style tube. And that'll get the fly down quickly, because I find a lot of times well, maybe it's in my head, but I think a lot of the lies are tight to the far bank, so it's nice to get your fly head pop down and fishing almost immediately, and hopefully that will do it, and that'll allow you to fish your single hook in the back of it, or if you take it to a different river where the regulations are different, you can put your double or you can put your treble or whatever you want into the back of it. But a sea crimp shrimp.